control a body, not a cause. Fire sleeps in ashes, waiting to pause no more. They preach peace, but I'm the beast. Negotiate with chaos, silence the priest. Oh, Nigeria, mirror cracked by greed. You feed the vulture, but starve the sea. The lion still roars.
Oh, freaking yes, the lion still roars. Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Fred Wanko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And as usual, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are around the world. Now, before I play you a full-blown music recorded strictly for this Nnamdi Kanu edition, which is actually the story, just listen carefully to the lyrics of the music. If it doesn't move you, if it doesn't send the real message to you about the urgency for all Nigerians, but especially every influential Igbo person in Nigeria, if it doesn't give you the urgency to go all out to do what it takes to let this man out of jail, nothing will move you. And for those of you watching this episode, of all the episodes I've done, because of the significance of this, the significance of the risk Omoyele Sowore has taken upon himself to organize a march to help get Nnamdi Kanu out of jail without a lot of help from shameless, significant Igbos in Nigeria. It's incumbent on you, the viewer, to share this video as wide and far as possible. The reason I say that is we all run our mouths. We talk the talk, but we don't walk the walk. When you see significant messages that can help a cause and you refuse to share it, and you refuse to leave honest comments about it, you are also part of the problem that you criticize the shameless Igbo leaders for. Because you, the viewer, who saw something that could help the cause, and you refuse to share it because you're protecting yourself. You're scared they're gonna look into your social media places you go. Shame on you. That's why Nigeria is exactly in the rut that it is. Because Nigerians like you will rather sit back and take no risk, none whatsoever, but come out and preach all the goodness of what goes along with taking risks. I'm sorry to be preachy, but here comes an episode dedicated to the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Ogadima, where is the voice of the elders? The ones who claim the seat. Chief Atareze, Chief Emeka Ofa, where does your conscience meet? Oji Uzokalu, Rocha Sokorocha, you who walk the gilded halls. When a lion cries for justice, why do your shadows fall? Governor Mba, Governor Soludo, Governor Oti, you lead the people's land. When truth is chained, is your silence truly part of the plan? Igwe Achebe, Eze Aro, Eze Ohiri, the traditional, the reverend, is the custody of truth, the history to be feared. Hey. Chief Iwanyang Wifanyuba, you turn the blind eye then. When the people ask for courage, where do we find the men? Igbo senators, Igbo house members, those Tinubu friends. On what basis do you call yourselves Igbo leaders when the freedom anthem ends? The lion still roars, even in chains. Thunder still speaks, even in rain. Truth may tremble, but truth won't drown. You can cage the voice, not shut it down. The lion still roars, even in wings like a mockingbird. They sell their souls for a plate of stew, but Kanu refused, said I'll stay true. No pot of porridge can buy this flame, no throne of lies can change his name. Hear the cry of conscience echoing to iron and storm. The man who stood when others bowed is not a rebel, but a reform. Courage is not noise, it's steady fire, burning through the fog of empire. And when the world pretends not to see, the lion roars for you and me. The lion still roars, even in chains. Thunder still speaks, even in rain. Truth may tremble, but truth won't drown. You can cage the voice, not shut it down. Ogadima, Ogadima. Freedom, no, they die. It multiplies. Ogadima, Ogadima. Freedom, no, they die. Shout out to every soul that still believes, to every heart that still grieves. Justice may sleep, but it never dies, and dawn will come to blind the lies. The cage and the echo, they locked the lion, Nnamdi Kanu, but forgot his role. Built their walls, yet truth broke the door. Chains can hold a body, not a cause. Fire sleeps in ashes, waiting to pause no more. They preach peace, but arm the beast. Negotiate with chaos, silence the priest. Oh, Nigeria, mirror cracked by greed. You feed the vulture, but starve the sea. The lion still roars. Ogadima, Ogadima. Freedom, no, they die. It multiplies. Ogadima, Ogadima. Freedom, no, they die.
Oh yes, Ogadimma. And for those of you who don't understand what Ogadimma means it'll better. It'll be alright. The question that I have and I share with all of you is how long? How long is it gonna take to be alright? How long are you going to remain silent? How long are you gonna go into social media and see a video that's relevant, that you like what it's saying, and at the end of watching you just walk away? You didn't share with anybody. You didn't leave any comment. What part are you playing in this change we're seeking in Nigeria? You're sitting in your comfort zones. You're living well. You studied. You've earned your degrees. You have a good career. But hey, guys, it's not permanent. Even if you live through your life in that beautiful glamour you're living, you have children. If you don't join the fight, your children are not going to have the success you have. Some may. You have brothers and sisters, and you had parents that were very successful. Or you know a lot of children of very successful parents that are not doing well. Not necessarily by their fault, but they are living in that hellhole called Nigeria because their parents, who were very successful, did nothing to try and bring about change in a place where they saw the atrocities subsidies going on, but it didn't affect them because they had the money to buy their ways out of. In your case, you may not live in Nigeria. You live in a place where you have good security. Everything is fine, but you never know. You may not go back to Nigeria to deal with that insecurity, but people you love live in that hellhole. And some that you love living here may go home to visit. They may not come back because of the insecurity in that country. We have to search our consciences. Tomorrow, Monday, the 20th of October, Omoyele Sowore, not an Igbo person, a Yoruba person, is sticking his neck out for an Igbo man. Still, we say Nigeria is about tribalism. There's no question about it. We have the bigots, but we have the good Nigerians. Omoyele Sowore is not a perfect human being. You may not agree with every aspect of his politics, but the parts you agree with, give him credit. Whatever you can do to support. I'm doing my part. You do your part. Your part could start with sharing this video and making it reach every cabal-pocketed Igbo leader, wherever they are in this world. Help make this video reach them. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from our studios in Chicago with a very, very touchy edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And I pray that by the time I record my next video, that there is progress towards the day that Nnamdi Kanu will be set free. And until that day, good night and God bless.
We've undertaken to make a difference. Our foundation is passionate about empowering communities and fostering growth. We are grateful for the opportunity. We invite you to follow us on our social media, Facebook and Instagram at Nnamdi Charity Support Foundation. You can also reach out to us via these platforms or through email if you have any questions. In the same vein, we'd like to extend our gratitude to all our supporters and partners.
From beaten pieces, a story began. One man with a vision, one heart with a plan. Ink-stained fingers, sleepless nights. Truth on the page, our people's life. Headlines faded, but the mission stayed. Through the storms, we still made our way. No corporate backing, no fame, no show. Just heart and hustle, and the will to grow. Be part of the call. Lift your voice and join the flame. 40 years we built this hope. Our story, our name. Sponsors, partners, family, friends, let's rise again. Together we'll stand. Helen Media, we tell your truth, covering our community since '85. Be part of the growth. Be part of the growth. From Chicago streets to every coast, we gave our people what mattered most. Voices unheard, stories untold. We turned pain into power, ink into gold. No clickbait.